Welcome to this Zentangle Quickie. My name is Heather Hartwick Gladden. I'm a certified Zentangle teacher. And today we're going to take a look at the tangle Enyshou. I hope that's how you pronounce it, by Zentangle. Interestingly, I searched. This isn't one that, I think it's in the initial booklet because it's an early tangle. But I don't believe that, I've not found a video on it. It's not on Tangle Patterns. I did find a blog post, but the tangle didn't look like this. So it was, things evolve and whatnot. It's similar. But anyway, this is one of Mom's favorites. So I'm doing it for Mom. And, yeah, it's just neat. She kind of turns it into something else. But I have a little bit of challenge getting used to it, but I think I got it. So start off with a curve line at the top of wherever you want it, because you're going to have stuff coming down underneath, just so you know. Now I, because I'm me, I split this little bit up on my version of the, well, actually, my version is the only version I could find. Maybe some other CZTs have done it, but since it's not necessarily, it's not on a blog, the step outs, you'll just have to trust me that this is what it's like in my Zenthology. So they did this whole thing all at once. I like to separate it out because I'm not that good. So two curve lines, C-shaped curve lines, and then you can just kind of connect them however you want. Like that. And then this is all just a series of gathered fine lines, and that's it. I'm thinking, well, you'll just see. So I'm thinking S shape. So starting, like, I'm going just to the, that would be the left side of this. It honestly does not matter where you start. So we're just going to start with a bunch here. Curve line however you want. Now, one mistake that I was making, mistake in air quotes, meaning it wasn't looking like theirs. It doesn't mean that it was bad. It was just I was trying to emulate. Okay, but this is not working right. I was just putting lines and just like putting lines and not paying attention. But if you pay attention and kind of, they don't have to. It's not like an aura necessarily, but you're just, gathering several. You want them kind of separate like this. And if some of the ends kind of, flip off in, like this, let's add one more, and you can adjust the shape, of it. You can kind of, swing that S shape out a little bit further, however you want. This is one of those, it's almost on the too much like art lines for me, but through Zentangle, I work through that. And I hope you do too, with some of these ones that are just like, that's just not in my wheelhouse. All right, then, so we have, this is a bunch. And there's up to you however many lines you want. Then, you pick another direction. So we're going to use hollabout and go underneath. So I'm going to take this, and I'll just start right here on the edge. And I'm going to hollabout like that. And then I'm going to come in through here. Well, there. And I know what I was doing before was it was too much crisscrossy. And it's like you almost want them gathered sort of towards the end, as you can see, okay? And however many you want to have going in that direction, like I said, is fine. Then pick another direction, and they're all kind of coming out of here. It makes me think a little bit, and Quib is a later tangle, but this kind of makes me think of Quib, sort of, because we start off with kind of the C shape that turns into what I call the acme hole, and it's more like ribbons, but they're intertwined and working behind each other. These are just strands. So I'm going to take, let's just go crazy. I'm going to go off here. And you see how they're separated a bit, at the top. but then gathering towards the end. And like I said, the lines don't have to meet up. It's completely up to you. And okay, let's come down here because it needs to have something down here. The more I do it, the more it grows on me, and the more I feel comfortable doing this kind of tangle. And, I do like to share, especially the ones that I'm not comfortable with, because I think I'm not alone in that. And one of the things that I think is so special about Zentangle is that, for me, it brought art to me. Not that I didn't like art class. I never felt like I quite fit in. I did band. I played instruments. That's what I did. That was my creativity. I kind of didn't understand art. And, and sometimes if you don't understand something, you don't even know how to, I don't even know what to ask, type of thing. And I would have ideas in my head, but I couldn't necessarily do anything with them. I would get so far, and that would be it. And probably didn't bother to ask for help, knowing me. And just shape this however you want. But anyway, so that's why I like to share these kind of things, and I hope you don't mind. And I hope that some of you, if you have the same issue, feel free to let me know, because it's such a neat art form, and it really brings art to life for so many of us that it's just escape. I mean, for me, it's just like I feel like I conquered art class. I didn't really know that I had to conquer art class ever, but after doing this, I'm like, that was just the feeling that I had. It's like, oh, look it, I can do this, because maybe it's in somewhere in the deep recesses of my mind, it felt like a failure or something, because it's like, well, I just couldn't do that type of thing. I don't know. And the more you don't think, the better everything is too. So there we go. And you just, keep it growing however you want. I mean, you can have things flinging up here if you want. This is your tangle, and that's also what's nice about it. It is a safe space. And, and let me share something and that I usually put at the end. If you would like to have a safe space, and if you happen to be on Facebook, two things. Number one, to share your art, to grow, to explore, to ask questions. Come and join. If you happen to be on Facebook, I have a private Facebook group for Tangle Addicts. And we have a lot of fun. And we have people from all skill levels. And we really embrace, because I have a really great core group of Tangle Addicts that we've been around for a while, and that understand we have to embrace all of this and celebrate everything. So, if you're not an artist, and you don't have to share, but do share your work, because we want to celebrate everything. Everything is great. And it's not meant to be anything flippant or anything. It's just, it is, because you did it, and it is. But if you have, certain, because we have some that is like, oh, I finally got this, and we celebrate with you. It's a lot of fun. It's very inspiring. And so if you want to have that nice safe space to grow and explore this art form, you come and join us. And I'm putting some shading. Interrupt myself. I'm putting some shading where these guys tuck in, so where lines are kind of perpendicular-ish to something else. So that's where I'm putting the graphite. And even if it's at an angle, like this section is tucked in to this corner, just so you know what I'm doing here. But another safe space is the classes that I do. Oops, and wait, which tucks under what? Well, I don't know. Make it up, Heather. I think that looks like it tucks under there. That's the other fun thing, is like, because it's non-representational and nothing really matters. Just make it up if you don't. It's like, oh, well, I don't know. I'll just do something. It's all good. So another safe space to have fun with this art form, and grow and explore are the classes and the sessions that I do. I teach classes twice weekly, Tuesdays and Thursdays, my time in Michigan here. I do 11 a.m. and 7 p.m. Thursdays, and unless I have something really weird, it's always Tuesdays and Thursdays, always the same times. Thursdays free. It's called Tangle Time. We could take a tangle like this. I might pair it with something else, or I might not. I don't know. And it's an hour long, and we just have fun. Mom joins, and we talk through things. We do things like I do on here, where whoops, that didn't go right, and then it's fun because we talk through how we get out of some things, and I know because I've heard from people that is a help to some. So it's a lot of fun. Everybody's screen is off, so you don't have to worry about anything. You don't have to show your work at the end if you don't want to. You can just email it to me if you want to. It's all up to you. But come and join us for some fun. Information is on my website, and that link is in the description section of the video. And also, ways to follow me for stuff like that. All right. It's growing on me. It is. I do feel like this needs something. You know what? Here's what it needs. Well, they leave it just as it is, which it could be. Now, no, I'm not going to tell you the secret. I might tell the secret later. You have to be on a class, and maybe we'll do this tangle, and Mom will share you her secret. I'm going to shade it. Oh no, do I want to shade it? Yeah, it needs some contrast. I'm going to shade it with the pen and leave a bit of shine in the middle here. And so when I leave a bit of shine, I do a little scribble on either side of where I want the shine to be, and then fill in the rest. All right. Yee! Cool. Now it looks like an Acme hole, sort of. That's okay. It's still way cool. All right. Super neat. Super neat. Oh, okay. It looks like here it's growing on me. All right, I'll share you verbally with this secret. So if you ever see some of Mom's work, she'll make a grater, like a dome, and create a flower out of this. So just a thought to plant. A seed. Pun intended. Sometimes when you have tangles like this, thinking outside of the box and playing is fun, because then you can, you find an extra use for it. I mean, it is kind of neat as it is, but, there's all kinds of things that one can do. Anyway, really, really neat. Thank you for letting me be on my soapbox. It was fun, and I'm glad that I did this tangle. It's a lot more fun than I was thinking as I was playing with it. And I'm like, well, I'll just do the video anyway. It'll be good. And it was even better. So, all right. Thanks for being with me with that. If you enjoyed this, please click the like button. And if you liked it enough to see more, hit the subscribe button while you're hitting things on the screen. I mentioned the description section for ways to connect. There also is a link to the step out you will find there. And you know what? I'll put the blog link on there just because. And I don't know, because it's kind of nice. The tangle that they use, it almost looks like Tada, or which I don't know if that's I can't remember if that's a Zentangle tangle. I'll have to look it up. But it looks like some other ones, and it's just interesting having been around them for a while and seeing some tangles kind of evolve into sometimes other things, or any great idea spawns something else, and so that's what we have. But anyway, so this is neat. Check out the information in the description section, and with that, thanks again for watching, and I wish you happy tangling.